a vacation. It's an experience. I want to go home.
Hey, Doug, want to borrow my binoculars for a little while, little brother?
No, I want to go home. Egypt is too hot. Claudia, when will this archaeological dig be finished?
An archaeological dig never finishes. That's why it's called a dig.
It never finishes. Well, what if it did finish? What would it be called?
It would be called a dug. Get it, Doug? A dug.
It's not funny. I want to go home.
Look, look. I think they found something. The archaeologists are picking up something. Look, they found something.
We found one! We really found one!
What is it? What did you find?
What do you mean, what did we find? Remains. We found remains. Isn't that what archaeologists always find?
Remains of what? What remains?
I have no idea. Nobody will let me get close to it. I have a habit of breaking things accidentally.
This is the most exciting discovery ever made in Egypt.
Tell us what's going on. We've been staring in the heat for days watching you dig.
We've been digging for months searching for volcanic charcoal and King Tut's organs.
You know King Tut's guts, like I said earlier, remains?
Ugh. You won't believe what we dug up. Better than guts.
Look, they're carrying it up now. Make way, make way.
Wait till you see this.
Listen!
We found a mummy, oh what a mummy, out in the desert sands. We found a mummy, oh little gummy, where can we wash our hands? Oh, it's Egyptian royalty, from in the 15th century. So many folks have searched, we found it first. We found a mummy, oh what a mummy, I think the heaven hears. We found a mummy, oh what a mummy, I think I have an ear. They found a mummy, oh what a zombie, we're getting out of here. 3,000 years and more elapsed. This sucker was kept under wraps. Can you see that? I think it winked at me. They found a mummy, oh what a mummy, and now it's history. They found a mummy, oh what a mummy, and now it's history.
They found a mummy. Hurry. Let's run to the museum and see her on display.
Oh, Mommy, I don't want to go.
Come on, Doug. The dig just turned into a dug.
Professor Farrell, you're here. Have you had a chance to examine the mummy?
Hello, Miss.
How could you, sir? I'm a new intern at the museum. This is my first mummy. It's so shriveled.
Well, nice to meet you. Yes, I was just doing a bit of research. This is a fine specimen of a mummy, but very puzzling.
Indeed. Definitely 18th dynasty. Probably between 40 and 50 years in age. A royal burial, obviously. Died around 1450 BC, and a woman.
You can deduce all that in 10 seconds? Impressive indeed. There's some artifacts from a tomb around here. Did you happen to see them? Some gold and frankincense and a small basket of fruit?
Did you say fruit? From the tomb? I thought that was lunch.
You ate the fruit? That was a priceless artifact.
It tasted terrible.
Well, of course it tasted terrible. It was 3,500 years old.
3,500 years old? Oh, that's fine then. I once ate a Twinkie from 7-Eleven, nearly that old. It tasted fine.
That's not the point. You ate a priceless piece of history that belonged to a mummy.
Hey, it won't happen again. Do you want me to apologize to the mummy? I'm sorry, mummy, whoever you are. Hatshepsut. Really? It was Hatshepsut.
I didn't say that.
What? Stop fooling around.
I didn't say that. I'm not fooling. Why would I?
Hatshepsut. 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 Run for your life, Professor. It's alive.
She's the one who ate your fruit.
I'm sorry I ate your fruit. It was an accident. A vegan accident. You don't know what it's like to be vegan. I'm always so hungry. I'll buy some new fruit. Fruit you never dreamed of. There's all kinds of genetically modified fruit now. Give me a chance.
It feels so good to be moving again. And wow, it's so bright.
It is Hatshepsut. I recognize you from your carvings on your temple. Your paintings, your statues, your face is everywhere, in fact.
As it should be. As it should have been until my descendants tried to erase me. Me, Hatshepsut, the most successful female pharaoh in Egyptian history. In 3,000 years of Egyptian history, only 2 other women ever ruled. And then came me, Hatshepsut, Queen of the Nile.
But how are you,
The question is not how am I here, but why. After I was dug out of my tomb, I realized I have a second chance to set the record straight.
Set the record straight. History tells us that you squeezed your stepson out of his kingship, swiped that pharaoh crown off his little head, and placed it firmly on your own.
I am the daughter of Thutmose, a great pharaoh. When my husband died, I was married to Thutmose II, another great pharaoh. When my husband died, Thutmose III was named pharaoh, but he was young, very young, only 3 years old. So I, Hatshepsut, stepped forth.
And you never stepped back. You took over the role of pharaoh.
Well, yes, but just until I grew up.
You took over for 22 years.
He was a very, 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 very late bloomer. And I, in the meantime, was a very, 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 very fine pharaoh.
what did the Egyptians think of a woman becoming pharaoh?
Ha! You should have seen them. Shocked does not even come close. Not happy does not even come close. Do you want to see? I can show you the past.
What has happened? Why is everyone so upset?
Hatshepsut declared herself pharaoh. Pharaoh, can you believe it? What kind of woman declares herself pharaoh? Does she think she's a man?
She calls herself the Queen of the Nile.
The Queen of the Nile is in denial. She thinks she can become pharaoh. When did we last have a female one?
Yes, 300 years ago, and it's been men ever since. Men. Does she think she's a man?
Like I said, Hatshepsut's in denial. She's the Queen of the Nile. If she thinks she can become pharaoh.
That's exactly what she calls herself, but I say a king has got to be a guy.
There are things on which you must rely. The sun will rise up in the sky. A king has got to be a guy by definition. This morning, though, we got the news. A woman stands in Pharaoh's shoes. Talk about
hardly believe she's here. I swear on my pedestal she was the finest pharaoh Egypt ever saw. And she treated us well. Prayers, sacrifices, temples dedicated to us. We were her favorite gods. I always thought that she liked me best.
Don't start this ancient argument again, Amen. I'm telling you, if I have to get down from this pedestal one more time, okay, leave me alone. I'm cracked enough as it is. You're lucky your head hasn't fallen off yet.
Time to freeze, my godly friends. The museum is opened and the tourists are coming. In position, quick.
Well, looky here, Frida. Statues of genuine Egyptian gods. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Doesn't this look like a cow? Hathor, a cow from goddess of joy and love. Sweet. Can you take my picture with her, Fred?
A cow-formed goddess of love? Sounds like the goddess of hamburgers.
This is Pocket, a lioness ward deity. A lioness, Fred. Pocket means she who scratches. Look at those talons.
Hey,
She's the goddess of war.
Hey, Frida, we better get going. Our cruise up the Nile will use an hour.
How long will it take us to go up the Nile?
A few hours. We're going all the way to the pyramids.
Stop, just stop. Listen, it's not up the Nile, it's down the Nile.
Look, Fred, that statue is talking.
It's got to be one of those animatronic devices, but it looks so real.
I am Amun, the creator god. There's a 250 acre temple dedicated to me in Thebes.
Very interesting. We'll check that out when we go up the Nile.
Listen here, tourist guide. If you're going to be here in Egypt, you have to know a few things. First, the Nile is the longest river in the world. It starts in South Africa and then flows north, all the way up to the Mediterranean Sea.
North? The Nile flows north?
Are you sure? Most rivers in the world flow south.
Fred, he's an Egyptian god. I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. If the Nile flows north, then it must flow north. Are you sure?
One thing that you ought to know, Upper Egypt's down below. I can tell that I just blew your mind. Here's another thing you'll love, Lower Egypt's up above, 'cause that's the way the Nile is designed. North, the Nile flows north, right into the sea. North, the Nile flows north. The Nile flows north. Husband took a famous trip, floating down the Mississippi. He was heading south, oh what a sad. Here in Egypt on a boat, just one way you're gonna float. That's downstream toward the top part of your map. North, the Nile flows north, right into the sea. North, the Nile flows north. The Nile flows north, the Nile flows north, the Nile flows north, the Nile flows
Well, we gotta go. Thanks for the quick geographical knowledge.
Thank God you educated us. Thank the gods you educated us. Fred would have sounded so ignorant talking to the other tourists.
Wow, those animatronics were amazing.
Other tourists? You mean like there's more of them? Quick, back into position. The curator is coming. Quick.
Time to go for a cleaning, God. Pocket, take, polish, and paint. Almond, you're cracked. You're lucky your head has fallen off. Hathor, You need to wipe that smile. Come on, God. Who do you think you're fooling?
Come on, Ben.
No, Professor, you didn't dream it. The fair Hatshepsut really did come alive and speak to us yesterday. And if she's still speaking now, I have a few questions to ask her.
Be careful how you frame your questions. If she thinks she's being attacked, she'll deny everything.
Good morning. I'm still here. Hatshepsut, Queen of the Nile.
Denial? See, I told you.
Hey. Nobody's denying anything. You have more questions? Ask away.
We know you're a pharaoh for 22 years, and overall, Egypt really prospered. But what about the common people, the farmers, the workers? What did you do for them? Or was the power all about you?
Well, my darling, you and your suspicious little professor friend won't believe my words. So how about I do a little magic again, and you can ask the farmers yourself. Pharaoh. Hatshepsut. Rise.
Excuse me, do you speak English?
Yes, I do. I don't know how, but somehow I know English. So do I. This is weird.
Recognize Hatshepsut, obviously, so...
Rise, Farmer Babu and Farmer Noor. Rise and answer this woman's question.
Farmer Babu, what were you hoping with your new pharaoh? Were you upset that she was a woman? Did she uplift your lifestyle or burden your life unnecessarily?
Hey, I'm a farmer, not a philosopher. I was a farmer. I am a farmer. What is this place? When is this place?
I have a feeling we're in the future because I distinctly remember taking my last breath.
But do you perhaps distinctly remember your life under Pharaoh Hatshepsut's rule?
Yes, I do. We raised cattle, grew crops, and had a nice little farmhouse near the Nile River.
I know what we didn't want, Noor. We didn't want locusts or plagues.
And we had 3 daughters and 4 sons.
And we didn't want a drought.
True. We didn't want any of those disasters, did we?
We didn't want a drought.
No, but I'll tell you what we did want.
What?
Floods. Nice, sweet Nile floods. We didn't want the Nile to wash us away, of course. We just wanted nice, sweet floods to irrigate our lands and spread the silk.
Nile silk, lovely black fertile silk. It's a beautiful thing.
Just last year the floodwaters came over my head. There were fish in the fig trees and crocs in our bed. And our children got moldy and covered with crud. Bring us a nice little flood. Bring us a nice little flood. Just a sweet layer of mud, something between a tsunami and dud. Bring us a nice little flood. If the river will flood and replenish the land, then our farms become 3,000 miles of sand. You can plow the Sahara, but nothing will bud. Bring us a nice little flood. Bring us a nice little flood. Just a sweet layer of mud, something between a tsunami and dud. Bring us a nice little flood.
I don't mean to boast, but
my secret. Unlike the pharaohs before me, I did not spend my money on conquest. Instead, my efforts went into building projects which honored the gods and employed the people. But my greatest achievement, my greatest achievement was the trading expedition I sent to the land of Punt.
Punt? Reminds me of football.
I believe it's called Somalia today.
I sent the grandest expedition to Punt, loaded with Egypt's fine gold and precious stones, to trade for the most glorious items.
More glorious than gold and precious stones?
I know what you brought back to Egypt. Trees.
Glorious trees, fresh myrrh trees, cinnamon wood trees, insects, apes, monkeys, and dogs. No one had ever seen such treasures brought back for a pharaoh.
Sounds wonderful. I wish I could have seen it. The land of Punt sounds so romantic.
Punt. Miss Applehead, Appleby? It is my royal desire to show you the land of Punt. Your wish comes true.
We are the people of Punt. Listen to us grunt. This is our stunt. We will hunt for everything you want. For everything you want. We'll bring it to the front.
Look how strong they are.
There's not a single runt in the land of Punt.
Check over there, what do you see? More from gold and some ebony. That's looking good, bring it up front. We've gone shopping. We've gone shopping. We've gone shopping in the land of Punt. Check over there, what do you see? Frankincense and a big myrrh tree. Hold it up here, let's hear you grunt. We've gone shopping. We've gone shopping. We've gone shopping in the land of Punt. Give them beads and bracelets. Give them one night's meal. Give them shiny trinkets, and we have got a deal. Check over there, what do you see? Frankincense and some ivory. No need to sweat, no need to hunt. We've gone shopping. We've gone shopping. We've gone shopping in the land of Punt.
C-Dub, I told you an archaeological vacation was an experience. Did you see all that gold?
And elephant tusks were amazing. The mummy brought all those things into Egypt?
All those diamonds, all those gemstones.
And the monkeys were cool. Imagine having a pet monkey.
Doesn't your friend Jason have a pet monkey dog?
No, that's his little brother. Everybody makes that mistake. Let's keep walking to the museum.
This is fascinating. I really want to see the mummy that was dug up. I wonder what it is. Wow, look how they're dressed. King Hatshepsut.
Here's a profit from our trading. Everyone wants precious resources from Egypt.
Well done, my nobles. Did you buy a lot of trees?
Trees, your majesty, acres of trees for you. My king, my queen, my pharaoh.
I don't know why he insists on doing this every time he sees me. This is Senema, my trusted advisor and overseer of all royal works. He sees me about, a dozen times a day, every day, and he insists on doing this every time. Rise, and what news?
I bought obelisks, giant ones, 100 feet tall and 350 tons each, for your temple in Karnak.
Well done, Senema. You never fail me. My temple, you know, will be the place where all pharaohs after me will want to be buried. It will be known as the Valley of Kings.
It is pretty cool. I've seen the blueprints.
You've already seen the blueprint?
Hey, I have a copy right here.
Wow, stunning. Another feather in Egypt's cap.
I know, right? We're employed, we're rich, we're using our resources.
We're controlling the Nile. To Pharaoh Hatshepsut, Queen of the Nile.
Queen of the Nile, not D-Nile. We had it all wrong.
No, Queen of denial. Denial that she's a woman. Denial of her son's rightful pharaohship.
Queen of the Nile. I'm sure that's what they're saying.
Are you talking about me? No. Put away your trees. Put away your weapons. Wait a minute. Why are you using your trees as weapons? You know what? Never mind. Under my reign, Egypt is all about peace and trade and restoring and building, not fighting. As Pharaoh, my biggest job is to establish balance, order, and justice. Yes, Ma'at. Balance, order, and justice. That's what they want from their Pharaoh.
And with you as pharaoh, did you establish Mott?
How about we ask them?
Though it has been surprising, the sun comes up each day. And then says every evening, guess we'll be okay. Sure, the Pharaoh's a woman, so who would have thought? Yeah, we got lost. Though I have been against it, the Nile still is here. The desert didn't get us, not too bad a year. Sure, the king is a queen, all our fears were for naught. Yeah, we got lost. Yeah, we got lost. Balance and harmony, that's the way to go. Balance and harmony, that's the job of our CEO.
Big guy, I mean woman.
Though it has been surprising, the sun comes up each day. And then sets every evening, guess we'll be okay. Sure, the Pharaoh's a woman, so who would have thought? Yeah, we got lost. Yeah, we got lost.
Egypt had 22 years of peace under Hatshepsut's reign. People had Mott and people were content.
Are you talking about all you people, or are you talking about the peasants?
Pretty much everyone. My king, my queen, my pharaoh. Call them the peasants. I think they want peasants.
Okay, just don't bow to me again. Peasants?
Wow! Wow, look at these nobles from the court.
Nobles from the court.
Wow, imagine working for the court.
Not like our peasant lives.
You know, I haven't swapped lives with them for a second.
You wouldn't?
Well, maybe 1, 2, 3 seconds at the most.
Wouldn't you like to see me dressed in 5 rows smelling of exotic perfumes?
Now that you do mention it, you do smell a lot like fish these days.
You've noticed, that's a new fragrance. Uda tilapia, fresh from the Nile River.
Why, I like it. See, we don't need all that rich people stuff. What do you all think?
We don't need servants, don't need 10 houses. We don't need big tubes, sure don't need 5 spouses. We got just enough of our sons and daughters. We get all the rest from the river waters. If
got it. I wonder where the old mummy is.
That's not an old mummy. That's our pharaoh, Hatshepsut.
Did I just hear you insult our pharaoh, Hatshepsut? No. Put away your weapons. We've got ma'ans.
Hatshepsut? I studied about her in school. Hatshepsut is a mummy?
She's not your mummy. Stop calling her that.
We just visited your mortuary temple. It's one of the most popular tourist sites in the world. Who designed it?
Senema.
Senema? Who's he?
Steward of the estate.
Overseer of all royal works.
Who does Aries?
Royal Catwalker, roar.
I am not the royal catwalker. Peasants, stand down, all of you.
Well, it's lovely. How did you happen to find it?
Good question. History has been a little vague about this. There were some rumors, of course.
Rumors?
Yes, rumors that you were in love.
Oh, come on. No. Ridiculous. Who shows love by building a tomb in a mortuary temple? Who shows love by planning for her death? How morbid. How defeating. How totally the wrong message that is.
What do you Egyptians think?
Nothing says I love you like when we were two. One thing sure in Egypt, when you love a blue. Nothing says I love you like planning for her death. Your design shall be divine. Think big, grow big. It is love when you're thinking of her embalming. She will smile, staring across the mouth. Thank you, no, who? Nothing says I love you like one big sepulcher. Looking for some romance when you enter, it's for sure. Nothing says I love you like planning for her death. Your design should be divine. Think big, go big. It is love when you're thinking of her embalming. She will smile, staring across the mouth. Thank you, no, who? She'll thank you. Oh, she'll thank you. Oh, she'll thank you.
Ridiculous. Really embarrassing.
Thank you, Senema. Oh, that's Senema. Such a romantic. He hid more than 60 pictures of himself in my tomb so that I would remember it after I died. He always wanted to protect me.
Too bad he couldn't stay around another 50 years and protect your reputation.
My reputation? What do you mean?
After you died, your statues were pulled down and your obelisk was destroyed.
I know that, but who did it?
We didn't do it, Pharaoh. Soldiers from the court did it. They were under orders, Your Majesty.
Under whose orders?
We don't really know, Your Highness. We were dead by that time, too.
Aha, so I do remember taking my last breath. Moses the Third. Moses the Third. Moses the Third. That's my darling stepmommy. Don't you recognize me?
Not at all. Not at all. The last time I saw you, you were young and handsome. The last 3,500 years have not been good to you, stepson. You bang.
Tell us what you did after Hatshepsut's death, Tutmosis.
It's true. I wanted to destroy everything Hatshepsut did as Egypt. When I finally sat on the throne, you were still everywhere. Her face was on every coin and statues were everywhere. Her face were on temples and walls and bases. I tried to tear it all down so people would forget about her. And to think that I made Egypt great.
But I was so kind to you. How could you?
How could I? With a hammer and chisel. With a chisel and hammer. With a lot of soldiers and a lot of really, really good wax.
enjoyed our show. Let's give it up again for 6th grade. Yeah, and special thanks to Avery, who's actually from 6A, but he stepped in today to play the audience. Avery, and thank you again to Ava for doing all of our music over there too. And parents, thank you for giving me such great kids to work with. I salute you all. Thank you. Thanks for coming.